Good morning to you. Good morning. Right, good morning to you all. It's a Friday here in the United Kingdom, and it's just after 8. First of all, for all those who are online right now, I'd like us to take our condolences to the family and friends of those who were killed, at the terror attack on Wednesday. So we need to have some silence, about a minute silence straight away now. My condolences to the family and friends that were affected by the incident at Westminster Bridge in London. No one is perfect. My condolences to the family and friends of the family of those who were killed at the terror attack in London on Wednesday. It is one of those despicable acts that shouldn't have taken place or even taken place in our modern society. So we should condemn such acts among us, regardless of our race or religion. We should condemn such acts. It is despicable, horrific, and it shouldn't have taken place at all. So my condolences to the family and friends of those who are affected. May their soul rest in perfect peace, and may God continue to watch her back here in England, and may the Lord Almighty God continue to protect us. This morning I want to talk about the issues that we usually have in my office here in England that are faced by the parents of children that are coming from outside the United Kingdom. I want to discuss about the common mistake I have discovered in the past few years of my experience, and most recently now. The majority of parents that are settled in the UK have one or two child that they want to bring in from outside Europe. But the issue here is that it's becoming an issue that they need to even sit back and watch and look at the reason why they are being refused entry clearance for their kids to come and join them in the UK. So these are the things that I want to deal with this morning. The telephone number in the office to call me on is 0208 309 8808. 0208 309 8808. I want to deal with common mistakes that the parents usually encounter or they make when they are putting in an application, for their child or children to come and join them in the UK. So I'm talking about the settled parent. When we talk about settled parent, we mean people that have indefinite leave to remain, British passports. Majorly, those are the two areas that usually faces those problems. So I want to really talk about those things this morning so that we know what we are doing, we know how to come against it in the event that we want to put in an application. So for all those that have been bugging me with their inbox charts and everything, this is an arena for you to listen now. This is an opportunity for you to take on board now and to avoid being refused next time. When you are a parent that you are settled in the UK, a parent that is settled in the United Kingdom, and you have child outside UK, I'll be speaking both English and Yoruba because I don't want the Yoruba people to think that I've cut it off, that that's not what I promised them. So Mama saw Yoruba, Madam saw Gesi. Anyone that joined us that doesn't understand Yoruba, you need to follow it on yourself. Don't tell me to speak English because I get angry with that kind of English language. Don't tell me to speak English, but I will be speaking it in between. But majorly, I want to address the Yoruba people. Or majorly, I want to address Nigeria. But then, if you are my fans and you've been following me on for long and you are here genuinely, if you don't understand it, I will rephrase again in a language that you will understand. I wish I can speak Hausa or Igbo. You will have betterly enjoy me. But unfortunately, I only speak English and Yoruba. So let's concentrate on those two languages at the moment. The major mistakes that have been made by parents that are settled in the UK when it comes to bringing in their kids from outside Europe is what I want to discuss with. Nígbà tó bá fẹ́ mú ọmọ wọlé sí UK tó dẹ̀ níwèé ìgbélú and you are settled already, you need to think about the requirement first. Apart from the black and white requirements that are obvious there are some other common sense that must prevail at the end of the day. Yoruba ni gbogbo aṣọ kọ́ là ń sá lórùn, so I will not be able to be saying everything here online, but you should be aware that when it comes to bringing in kids from Nigeria, for example, Ghana, Gambia, India, Pakistan, Philippines, even America, because they are not European, there are things that you have to follow. Canada, if you want them to join you, there are some things that you need to really follow. If you're not settled, you're not settled. You have to take entry clearance to come to the United Kingdom, unless you are still one of our island in Barbados, outside there, St. Lucia, that they don't have to. They have British passport to come in. But apart from that, you need to follow the procedures and the rules so that you don't continue to waste money. I don't know where people get money that they apply 4 times, 5 times, and continue to make the same mistake all the time. If you genuinely want to do things, I think you should be seeking advice from the above, from the highest, instead of just using the local and tout that doesn't even understand what they are doing. So it is important that we follow things properly. Now, if you are a person that's settled in the UK, you want to bring in a child, you need to even think backward first. Kí ló dé tí o ti gbé ọmọ yẹn wọlé láti ìgbà tó ti wọlé sí UK? Àbí ìgbà wo gan ló tó gba settlement status? When do you actually, applied and be granted your settled status? You need to look at that gap. The question is, how come you have not applied for that child since you entered UK? Why is it now? For example, you've been in the UK for 16 years and you have your British passport for almost 10 years and you are now just wanting to apply for that child because the child wants to clock 18. You had your British passport almost 5-10 years back. The child is now going to clock 18 in about 6-7 months time, and you just now want to apply for that child to come in with you. So there's so much you have to look at. There's so much you have to look at. There is so much that you will be looking at. Do you understand? You cannot just say for the purpose of, for the purpose of bringing in a child, and you want to bring that child like that, just like that. You can't do that. You can't do that. There are rules and procedures that you have to follow so that you don't fall foul. Rules and procedure that you have to follow so you don't fall foul. Now, if you have had your settlement status or British passport for the past 5 years, when that child was 12 years old. Now, let's take the scenario like from here. You travel to United Kingdom with another man completely, or another wife who brought you in as a spouse of a person settled in the UK, of a person settled in the UK. So you are a spouse of a person settled in the UK. At that time, obviously, you were granted 2 years as spouse. So let's take scenario of, say, 10 years back. So you were granted 2 years as a spouse of a person who is present and settled in the UK. That was 10 years back, yeah? Okay, how about this? How about this? How about that? It should be clear now. So if you have 2.5 years as a spouse person and you came to United Kingdom, thank you, you are excellent. And you came to United Kingdom 10 years ago, you were granted 2 years as a spouse of a person who is present and settled in the UK. What you need to be aware of is that you will be granted your indefinite leave to remain 2 years after you have your spouse visa, you have your entry clearance into UK. Now, when you had your indefinite leave to remain 2 years later after you entered UK, so you're looking at the scenario is that you came to UK 2007 as a spouse. In 2010 early, or even in 2009, you were granted ILR. Now, you were granted ILR in 2000 and let's look at the scenario carefully. So you were granted ILR in 2009. If you are granted indefinite leave to remain in 2009, it is obvious that you get a British passport a year later. Yeah? So you were settled straight away 2 years. After 2 years, you came to UK. Because you came in 2007 as a spouse of a person who is present and settled in the UK. But when you were coming, you left a child with your mother. That was a 2-year-old child, typical scenario, or 5-year-old child, typical scenario, in 2007. Now, if you left that child 5 years, let's use 5-year-old child. You left 5-year-old child in 2007. Now, you have been granted a settled status, latest 2010. Yeah? And you have been working since you entered UK. So you don't have problem with paperwork. You don't have issue with employment. But there was no any attempt from your end to get that child into the United Kingdom until application of December 2016. You left UK, you left Nigeria in 2007. The child wants to join you. The child, you have not made attempts for that child to join you at all. Eriko lágbára. O dẹ̀ ti gba ìwé ìgbélú, permanent residence, indefinite leave to remain rather, since 2010 early. And you did not make any attempt láti gba ìwé fún ọmọ yẹn until 2016 December. You now apply for entry clearance to the ECO in Lagos. You were refused. They refused you. And as part of the reason they will have quoted for reason for refusal would be, as part of the reason they will have quoted, as part of the reason they would have quoted would be the birth certificate you submitted was only obtained. It was only obtained in 2016 early January. Application made 2016 December. The child was born in 2001. Talk about me, Dada. Obi ọmọ yẹn ní 2001. Fi birth certificate kò continue application yẹn until 2016 to obtain the birth certificate. So obviously, you have made the scenario difficult for yourself, because at the bottom of that birth certificate is going to be obviously shown that it was issued in 2016. These are the common problems in Nigeria, and these are what the things, part of the things that the Nigerian government needs to centralize. A birth certificate registration should be done at the time the child was born, just like us in the UK. If a child is born in the UK, immediately the hospital transfer it to central system, whereby the registrars will have control of it. So all the documents will have been transferred to the local registrar. These are the problems facing in Nigeria and the African country as a whole. They don't have centralized. But not all African countries. I think Ghanaians have central system, but I'm not too sure about that. But I'm going to concentrate on Nigeria one. Nigeria only central registration system in terms of everything. And as a result of that, anything can be obtained on the streets of Lagos or Abuja or elsewhere. It's a problem that needs to be catered for. So, if you have just obtained a birth certificate for a child that has been born, since 2001, you are going to be facing problem. So if I were in your shoes, the first thing you should be considering doing before putting in an application at all is to go through DNA. You need to do DNA first. Oba jobirin, whether a woman or a man, you must do DNA. I am discussing and dealing with common problems facing when bringing in a child from Nigeria. Common problems parents face. It's now becoming an issue of continuous problem. So the only way to combat such problem, it would be, if you don't have a birth certificate from the birth of that child, you will need to consider doing DNA before application can be submitted to the secretary, to the entry clearance. Are you with me? So if I make application, láti gbé ọmọ wọlé from Nigeria, typical scenario. Tó bá ní birth certificate fún ọmọ yẹn, má ti ṣe wàhálà láti gbé ìwé yẹn wọlé torí kàn fẹ́ waste owó ẹ̀ ni. Tàbí tó lọ gba birth certificate kan nígbà tó yẹ pé ó ṣe fẹ́ gbé ìwé yẹn wọlé. Don't waste your money. Kò lè succeed. Tó bá ju ọ̀bẹ sílẹ̀ nígbà ìgbà, the same side of place ló máa fi lọ́lẹ̀. Ẹ káàárọ̀, thanks for coming on. Káàárọ̀, my dear. Káàárọ̀, you're all wonderful. Thank you for coming on. But this is a serious matter. Education là ń ṣe lọ́wọ́. So I will only have time to deal with this till 10 o'clock. And as soon as it's 10, I have to be off. I saw this as a continuous problem, so I want to address it quickly. And tó bá létí kó gbọ́. Nigeria does not have a centralized system. As a result of that, it's affecting her citizens. A child born from an hospital, her information or his information should have been sent to a central department, registry, central record. But there was none. There isn't any. Àwọn àṣìṣe ńlá gbà nìyẹn. Orílẹ̀-èdè tó ní nǹkan ọ̀nì àti àlùmánì like that of that beautiful nation kò yẹ kó dààmú. Let me tell you one thing today. Tó bá ní pé Ọlọ́run kọjú sí orílẹ̀-èdè, ojú ni Ọlọ́run kọ sí Nàìjíríà, kò ń ṣe ẹ̀yìn. Ilẹ̀ tó ṣàn fún wàrà àti oyin ni orílẹ̀-èdè náà. Ṣùgbọ́n kí ló dé? Kí ni nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀? Àwa ló yẹ ká wà, Nàìjíríà ló yẹ kó wà lára orílẹ̀-èdè tó yẹ pé ó máa ní priority when it comes to United Kingdom. Because even the colonial master then agreed and accepted wípé Ọlọ́run fẹ́ràn orílẹ̀-èdè yẹn, and they have everything, and they are clever and intelligent. But can't somebody just think wípé ó ti tó time láti centralize and put things in order? If there is no central registry to centralize documentation at birth, death, marriage, there will continue to be problems. Death, birth, and marriage. It has to be centralized. And until that is done, the way Nigerian is going to deal with it, I don't know. But let me come back to those who want to put in an application for their kids to join them in the United Kingdom. You are my concern because we speak the same language, because we are in the same territory. When it comes to bringing in that particular child, a typical scenario that I have been using and I've been following now is that if you obtain birth certificate in 2006 and you make application in 2016, you obtain application birth certificate 2016 January and then put in application 2016 December, kò lè succeed. Gbàgbé ẹ̀ bó ṣiṣẹ́lẹ̀, kò lè succeed láìláì. Má ti bọ́dà rẹ̀. O kò fẹ́ pa owó sí ajáde àpẹẹrẹ ni, and God forbid. So for you to have a successful application in that typical scenario, ohun tó máa ṣe ni wípé you need to do DNA. Àtọkùnrin o, àtobìnrin o, you have to do DNA. That is one problem down. When we talk about the issue of birth certificate, DNA gbọ́dọ̀ wà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Now, kí ni reason tí o fẹ́ show tó ti fi mú ọmọ yẹn wọlé láti ìgbà tó ti wọlé? Kí ni reason tí o fẹ́ show? Good morning. You understand? Kí ni reason tí o fẹ́ show? Nǹkan tí o fi mọ́ ọmọ yẹn wọlé because o ti gba indefinite leave to remain láti 2010. Yeah? Torí spouse visa ló fi wọlé, and 2011 or 12 o ti gba settled status, o ti gba British passport gan. British passport obtained in 2012 most. Yeah? Now, máa wo problem tó cause fún rẹ o. Láti ìgbà yẹn tó ti lọ yẹn, láti 2000 kilo lọ yẹn, 2007 o kúrò nílùú, 2010 o gba settled status. Yeah? 2012 o gba British passport. You have not traveled once to visit that child. To visit child. Yeah? Láti ìgbà tó ti gbàwé, oh, travel 2007 to 2012. Oh, travel. Oh, at the 2015, oh, kàn jàjàgbé bag. Oh, travel. You now travel to Nigeria to go and visit. 2015, you now travel. If you now travel 2015 and return back because you now saw the state of that child, you now start running up and down like yo-yo. And now wanting to put in an application in 2016. Look at it yourself. From 2007 to 2015, there were 8 years there. You never attempt. There were no attempts to travel, and you've got your indefinite leave to remain since 2010. In fact, when you came in, you have right to travel back straight away because you had job. You got job when you came in. You were given right to work. So you didn't make any attempt. It now comes to 2015. You now decided to travel. And now got there, you now saw state of that child, how the child is being treated, or where the child was living, how things were for that child. You now think about the scenario of England. You can now see the difference between between living in the UK and in Nigeria. And you now decided to start rolling up and down like Mama Yo-Yo or Baba Yo-Yo, and you now want to put in an application. You now submitted application in December 2016, a year after when you have traveled. 2015 January, you obtained street birth certificate. They call it street birth certificate. You know, they call it, you now obtain a street birth certificate for that child to come to United Kingdom in January 2016. Bear it in mind, this particular child was born in 2001. So, birth certificate for me until 15 years later. Well done. Well done. Well done. So you now tell me how any daft entry clearance officer would have granted such application for entry clearance. Even if it's the most daft entry clearance officer, they will not grant it. I put myself in their shoes when it comes to scenario like this. That is where success comes from. A child was born in 2001. You now apply for a street birth certificate in 2016. January. In 2016 December, you now apply to bring that child to United Kingdom. There was no DNA. You yourself, you have not traveled to visit that child until 2015. Abba. Ẹ jẹ́ ká bára wa wí dáadáa. Ìtí yẹ̀yìn, ẹ jẹ́ ká bára wa wí dáadáa. Ìwọ fún rẹ ló ṣe mistake. Ìwọ fún rẹ ló kàn fẹ́ waste owó fún ìjọba. Because ordinarily, things of such, you need advice from the highest. Understand? You need advice from the highest. Tó o bá tó bóyá kàn ṣe tó, kò lè rí bóyá kó ṣe rí. Yorùbá ni wọ́n máa ń ṣe bó ṣe yẹ kàn ṣe kó lè bá rí bó ṣe yẹ kó rí. Ẹ̀yin àgbàlẹ́pà lówe. Ó ṣe bí òwe o, ẹ̀yin àgbà. Things have to be done properly so that you can avoid those common mistakes. You see, the mistakes are so common. And if you look at it, it's a scenario that you will continue to discover all the time that are common among the parents that have settled in the UK. That second one. So remember, I've talked about the issue of birth certificate. I've talked about the issue of regular visit. When you take care of the birth certificate and the DNA one, then you need to take care of the regular visit because you have had your settled status. You have had right to travel in and out. So if you really have control, day-to-day responsibilities over that child should have been your priority as soon as you get your settled status. Let me accept that you are still struggling to get your permanent resident, your indefinite leave to remain. So you could not make any attempt at that time. Fantastic, that is fine. But let me now say that unless things are put in place properly, you won't get anything from it. So the scenario here is that you need to know that a regular visit is crucial to show that you have day-to-day responsibilities on that child. Tí o bá lè show regular visits, then immediately you have to pop in and bring it and start making applications straight away in 2010. As soon as you get your settlement status, applications should go in straight away for that child. In fact, when you are making that application at Lagos to join your spouse, have you ever mentioned that you have a child in Nigeria? Ṣé o tiẹ̀ sọ rárá wípé o bí ọmọ? Do you ever in your application, because there is always a space there that said that, have you got child? Have any children traveling with you? Have you got any dependents? But question, when it says have you got any dependents, is asking you about the kids. And the dependent means under 18. I am not a dependent of my parents because I am over 18. But a dependent person will be somebody who is under 18. In my household, even though they are still living, some of them still under my house thing, but the dependent one is the one that is 16 and the one in full-time education. But even if he's living at home and is working full-time, it's not dependent anymore. There is always round it because it's more than 18 years old and is working. So a child that depends on you is a child that is under 18, takes every penny off you, live in the under your household, and you have a day-to-day responsibilities on. So tí o bá lè demonstrate wípé láti ìgbà tó ti gbàwé, there is a regular day-to-day responsibilities. For example, I was in a case at Taylor House Court in the United Kingdom. And the sitting judge on that day asked my clients. It's a Filipino client. This time around, it wasn't a Nigerian client. It's a Filipino client. The two questions they were asked by that judge to the client on that day was that if you know that you are the biological father, which the judge accepted he is, how many times have you called that child in a day to know where that child is, to know the teacher of that child, to check the records, school records, and to know whether the child is in school, to check when the child leaves school, to check when the child is at home, to check what type of toothpaste the child is using? I was shocked. And these are the things I do in my house when they are in front of me and say, listen, that brush, change it. That brush is not yours. That toothpaste, use this one because of the type of teeth you have. Take care of this, change your cloth. That's day-to-day responsibilities that should not have been given to someone else. You can only have a guardian to take care of that child while you are out of the country, a guardian. But the responsibilities must not be down to that person. So when you say you send money, I bet you, money is not everything. Owó kọ́ ni gbogbo nǹkan. Money is not everything. If you show on paperwork that I am maintaining him or her, sending money from time to time, money is not everything. What about the emotional part of it? What about the contact? What about the communication? What about the assurance that I am your mom, I am your dad? Don't worry, everything will be all right. That I am wàá tún sọ pé mi ò ṣeré lọ o. Listen, sometimes when I travel to Lagos to go and work, when I'm going, I tell both adults and teenager in my household, my children, that mi ò ṣeré lọ o, mo lọ ṣiṣẹ́ ni. So don't lose sight. Kò má rò pé kíni. And when I'm there, I call back to my household, find out, make sure everyone is okay. Ṣé o ti wọlé láti school, ṣé o ti láti college, ìgbà wo lẹ gbẹ́ close níbi iṣẹ́, ìgbà wo lẹ máa wọlé, kí lẹ fẹ́ jẹ lálẹ́, ta ló ń dáná lálẹ́, who is cooking? Those are part of the day-to-day responsibilities that you cannot afford to put for somebody else to do for you. So the government is saying in this scenario that this woman or this man has not convinced them enough. for an entry clearance visa to be granted to that child. Because they lost it. If you look at the scenario that I am using at the moment, it's a real life scenario. And to kan lo mo, but real life lo wà nílẹ̀. Kò ń ṣe fiction. I haven't got the time for fiction. It's real. Here, 2001 no bí ọmọ, 2007 ni òbí yẹn travel, but ọmọ yẹn ó gbé fún yàn láti tọ́jú nígbà tó ń lọ. Ó wá pàdé ẹni tó níwèé ìgbélú. Ẹni tó níwèé ìgbélú yẹn ó wá ṣèwé fún. Ó gbé travel, wọ́n wà in love. Nígbà tó travel on the application kò tiẹ̀ mention ọmọ yẹn rárá. Child was not mentioned. Child wasn't mentioned on the mother's application coming to UK. You understand? That child was not mentioned. Over the 2016, wá gbéwèé wọlé, wá jáde síta, wá níwọ ni ìyá, wá lọ mú birth certificate kan lórí street Ìdúmọ̀gbò l'Ékòó. Tàbólúwọlé. Bóyá o mú lólúwọlé ni o, àbó mú ní Ìdúmọ̀gbò ni o, only God knows. Wá gbé birth certificate yẹn lójú tiẹ̀, you think you have given it to Mumu. Ẹ wá rò pé tí mo fún Mugun. Àwọn Mugun yóò kì í ṣe Mugun mọ́. Ó ní mi ò kì í ṣọ̀dẹ̀. Má wá mi wálé mọ́, mi ò gọ̀. So mi ò kì í ṣe ọ̀dẹ̀. N tó ń sọ nìyẹn. Wípé mo ti gbọ́n o. Mo ti já sí. Ẹ̀yin ara yín náà lẹ kọ́ mi. So mo ti gbọ́n. So n tó wá ṣẹlẹ̀ ni wípé application yẹn ò lè lọ kán grant ẹ̀ láíláí nítorí pé nígbà tí wọ́n ń bọ̀ ò show pé wọ́n ní pé ó bí ọmọ sílẹ̀. There was no any information to tell us. You know, there was no any information notifying them that you have had a child before you left Nigeria. Typical scenario is my Nigeria. Then I want to talk. Nigeria is easy for me. So that is my country of origin. So I am proud. Oh, mention lórí application pé o bímọ tẹ́lẹ̀. Application yẹn, there was no concurrence of visit. There was no consecutive connection. Until 2015, you turn up from nowhere. Birth certificate 2016 January on the street. No DNA. Communication was only once a week. To bá dé láti tó ti lọ fa gbùrù ẹ. Tó ti yé ẹ. Tó bá ti dé láti tó ti lọ fa gbùrù ẹ ló máa ń ṣe pé ní Saturday evening. Tó bá ráyè tó bá ti party dé tàbí Sunday ló máa tó pè ló máa tó béèrè pé níbo lọmọ yẹn wà kí ló ń ṣe kinní kan. Gbogbo àárín ọ̀sẹ̀ yẹn ò ní time. Gbà tó wá make application. Àwọn onítàn wá wú ẹ̀ títí. Wọ́n á refuse. Wọ́n á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní já ẹ ní reasons. They now sent you almost 2 or 3 pages of notice of refusal. The reason why it was refused. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ó le díẹ̀. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ó le díẹ̀. Bátàn wá refuse ẹ̀ tán, ó wá ń sáré káàkiri. Aṣọ ò bọ́ ọmọ yẹn mọ́ o, ọmọ yẹn ti rí ìhòòhò ọjà. Wọ́n fún ẹ ní right of appeal because it's a child coming to join parents. Now, one scenario, birth certificate, DNA, travel visit. Gbogbo yẹn ó ti fail nínú yẹn náà. You have failed in that area. Ìwọ wá sọ fún mi. Nǹkan tó jẹ́ kó rò pé on appeal you are going to be granted. Because it's saying at the time of decision. It's not saying at the time of hearing. So for you to meet all the requirements at appeal, you must have met it at the time of decision. and forgot to submit those documents. So the date on those documents will have been shown before you submitted your application. But apart from that, we're now looking at the issue of communication that was not in place. They were missing. There were so many things missing. So you now tell me what you are thinking in your mind to now think that you will succeed on appeal. So my advice to that person, nígbà tó gbọ̀nde tó sáré kiri, mi ò mọ àwọn tó bá ṣe nonsense yẹn, but nígbà tó gbọ̀nde tó sáré kiri, the issue here is that má tẹ̀ bother láti lọ fún appeal because ó lè succeed. But luckily torí pé ọmọ yẹn ò tí pé 18 ọ̀nà sì jìn díẹ̀, you have to wait 6 months cool off period. You see that you wait 6 months cool off period, or go for appeal, but satisfy those documents that they were in place at the time of submission. You need to show that the documents were in place at the time of submission. Because if you cannot show that those documents were in place at the time you submitted to the entry clearance officers, you're not going to succeed on appeal. Bear it in mind, the daunting waiting time for appeal to be heard in court. The daunting waiting time for appeal to be heard in court. So you should be considering that. You should be considering those daunting period. So I would not even in any ramification advise anyone who have not submitted now and thinking not to take advice before you do it. So don't even make mistake. If you have a child that you want to bring into UK, bear it in mind, 90% of cases submitted for entry clearance offices are trained to be refused. The onus is on the appellant's parents or sponsor to show on appeal that they are genuine and they are genuinely seeking that application for their relative, the child or husband or wife. This is why it is trained to be refused. So, but 90% of those cases are trained to be refused. Only few scenarios will be granted. So that one if you see one like refused. But the truth of it is that it is genuinely trained to be refused. So you need to come and demonstrate in court that you are real. So you are a real person and you are bringing a real person into the United Kingdom. If you cannot show that scenario that it is real, application will not succeed. It won't succeed. It won't succeed. So we really need to take care of those areas. You can call me in now on 0208 309 8808. 0208 309 8808. I'll take phone calls before we finish. So you can call now, but I like to go through those lessons so that people can benefit from it. So if I fẹ́ pè wọlé, o lè pè wọlé ní lórí office line 0208 309 8808. 0208 309 8808. Ọkàn mi lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ àti ẹbí àwọn tí ó ṣe àgbákò nínú ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ Wednesday ní London ní Westminster Bridge next to Parliament. Ọkàn mi lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ ẹbí àti ará wọn. Kí Elédùmarè kó tù wọ́n nínú. Kí Ẹlẹ́dàá kó má jẹ́ kí wọ́n rí irú ẹ̀ mọ́. Kọ́lọ́run kó máa fi ṣọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ gbogbo wa. Kí Ọlọ́run kó dẹ̀ foríjì àwọn òkú ọ̀run náà. Kí Elédùmarè kó foríjì wọ́n. ọkàn mi lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ wọn, ọkàn mi gbàdúrà fún ẹbí àti ará náà kí Ọlọ́run kó gbàdúrà wọn, Ọlọ́run kó tú wọn nínú, kí Ọlọ́run kó mú ibi kó rújọ́nà fún gbogbo wa. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ bí ìdààmú kó má ṣe dé bá wa ní UK mọ́, ká má ṣe gbogbo eléyìí ní yálà ẹ̀sìn kẹ́sìn tí ẹnikẹ́ni ìbá máa ṣe. Ìfẹ́ ìrẹ́pọ̀ ló yẹ ká ní láàrin ara wa, nítorí pé at the end of the day àlìkíámọ̀ kan náà ni gbogbo wa yóò padà sí ní ọjọ́ àgbéǹde. Kí Ẹlẹ́dàá kó dáríjì gbogbo wa nínú ìwà àti ìṣe àti ìsọ̀rọ̀ sí wa. Ẹ wo obìnrin yẹn tí ó fẹ́ lọ mú ọmọ ní school tí ó ṣàgbákò ikú. It could be anybody. So ẹni tó bá mọnú rò àmọ̀pẹ́ dá. Ibi iṣẹ́ ló wà o, ló ti kúrò kó lọ mú ọmọ ní school. Ǹjẹ́ ó rò pé òun ò ní padà wá mọ́? Dẹ́ẹ̀dẹ́ mìràwọ̀ nílé ayé. Kí Ọlọ́run kó foríjì gbogbo wa, kí Ọlọ́run kó dẹ̀ foríjì àwọn tó ti lọ, kí Ọlọ́run kó foríjì òkú ọ̀run. May they all rest in perfect peace. May their soul rest. But my condolences again to the family and friends of those who were affected by the terror attack at Westminster Bridge on Wednesday. It is shameful. It is saddening. It shouldn't have happened. My condolences again to the families and friends of those who were affected by the terror attack at Westminster Bridge here in the United Kingdom. Ọlọ́run kó dáhùn sí afẹ́fẹ́ rere. Adúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run. Back to work again. Tókunbọ̀ Ọlágbáyé, ẹ káàárọ̀ o. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yes, regarding my stay.
Check out Shekini. I'm on here, so everybody will hear what you are saying. So, but don't worry, Emma Sorolo.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, what is it for the past 40 years now? And I'm with my election.
Oh, to Shekini, yeah.
When it was one week, for the past 14 years.
14 years, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Then my election has moved, but I'm on media position now.
Okay.
But we my girl, she moved, but she tried to get on document Colombia, but she's not ready to give anything as regard to giving up for sure status. So when that limitation in my own self, that's
Irú status wo ni ex yín ẹni tẹ́lẹ̀?
Òun náà ní kankan, but true ọmọ ló ṣe gbà.
True àwọn ọmọ ló ṣe gbà. So kí ló wá fún?
I don't know anything about it.
Kí làwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ní lọ́wọ́?
We want to be British now.
Àwọn ọmọ yẹn méjèèjì ti gba British passport. Ẹ̀yin wá ń kọ́? Ẹ̀bọ̀ṣẹ́ yìí ní connection pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ yẹn. So connection wo lẹ ní? Contact wo lẹ ní pẹ̀lú wọn?
Ọkọ máa ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ ni.
I think you should do that on 0208. This number that you call after 10 o'clock. The secretary will be available to pick it on at that time. But at the moment, I'm the one picking up because I'm discussing legal advice now.
Okay.
But after 10 o'clock, about 10:30, 11, you can call for secretary to pick up.
Okay.
Okay, book appointment. Can worry me.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Bye. Now let me tell you one thing. Nǹkan tí ọ̀rákùnrin yẹn sọ mi tí gbọ́ dáadáa, but mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ fi ṣe àríkọ́gbọ́n yìí tẹ́ wà ń tà ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Tó bá bí ọmọ sí London, sí UK, tó o maintain yẹn, tó wá fẹ́ fi gbàwé anyhow, ó máa jẹ gbà o. Tí o bá ní maintenance and contact with that child, ó máa jẹ gbà torí pọ̀ mẹ́tí wá gba British passport, wọ́n fẹ́ máa sá káàkiri nísìn, ó fẹ́ gba ìwé lórí ọmọ yẹn, ó máa jẹ gbà bọ̀ ń bẹ̀ ni. Ó máa jẹ gbà bọ̀ ń bẹ̀ ni. You're not gonna get it just like that. So you really need to be careful. Yes, so. Tókunbọ̀ Ọlágbáyé. Ẹ máa káàárọ̀.
Ọmọ lórí àwọn ọmọ ní 7 years ni fẹ́ ṣe àṣàyàn.
Okay.
Wọ́n tó tí mo submit ẹ̀ ọ̀pẹ náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n padà rí sí ìsinmi pé àwọn ọmọ yẹn wọ́n sì gbọ́ Yorùbá wọn fún English pé wọ́n lè fún wọn padà sí Naija. Tó lọ́wọ́ fún mi ní 14 days láti appeal. Is it possible to be appeal or kí ó dùn fún wọn fún ẹ̀kọ́ pé 10 years?
Ìgbà ọlọ́mọ tó pé 10 years.
Ó di 2019 máa pé 10 years.
Ó di 2000 kìíní.
Ó ti pé 7 years December. Last year August ní ó pé 7 years yẹn. Bí October wọ́n á gbé oyè wọlé.
Okay.
Ní àti wọn. So wọ́n á rí sí mi ní January 28. pé àwọn ọmọ yẹn sì gbọ́ Yorùbá fún gbogbo táwọn ìṣòro tí mo kó wá fáwọn pé ó correct because àwọn ọmọ yẹn sì gbọ́ Yorùbá wá ìtìlẹ̀ ètò wọn padà.
so ṣé twin làwọn ọmọ yẹn ni twin.
twin ti kọ ẹ̀gbọ́n tàbúrò ni wọn bàtà àwọn mẹ́ta ni.
kí ni èjì gbogbo wọn.
ìkan ti pé 16 December.
Oh, they were not born here.
Wọn mi ò bí wọn síbi fún wọn wá.
But gbà wọn náà ti wọlé.
Wọ́n ti wọlé ní 2009. Wọ́n tó dé wọn dé August.
2009 is just 8 years, àbí?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ma.
Ẹni tó dàgbà yẹn ti wá pé ọmọ ọdún mélòó?
Ó ti pé 16.
15, yeah, 15.
No, 16.
16, yeah. 2 years time, ó máa pé 18.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ma.
Kò dẹ̀ ní lè rí láìlé lórí mọ́. And at that time, ó máa pé 10 years in the UK. Ó máa lè apply fún rẹ̀. In his or her own right, he will be able to apply. But what about you? So, ṣé gbogbo wọn pátápátá kò sí kankan tẹ́ bí síbí báyìí?
Kò sí kankan rárá ma.
You need to go for appeal. Ṣé get it?
Oh, yes, ma.
You need to do appeal. So, ṣé date appeal ò sí kọjá ṣá?
14 days lọ fún mi. Lọ́yà ẹ̀ wá sọ fún mi pé ìyẹn ò guarantee pé mo mọ láti wait fún 18 months. Or máa lọ sí court or something like that because we no guarantee because too many people don't repeat the story.
Madalone, you need to go for appeal. That is your only right now because those children were not born in the UK, so you can't even wait for anything. Baby, I'm quite 10 years. My British passport for no. They are all in the same shoes now, in the same kidney. So you need to go for appeal. On appeal, then they can take care of iṣẹ́, but you need appeal. So make sure you have not run out of time. She wants to find an appeal inside the country. So then you need to pursue your appeal zealously. While you are waiting for time for dates to be given, you are buying time and you are establishing yourself in the UK. Your community ties is getting bigger and stronger. The children are continuously doing what they are doing in the in their college, in their school. So they are now settled and having family and friends in the school to relate with. So it is going to be very difficult to pull them out of the United Kingdom. So you should go for your appeal and buy your time there.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, ma.
All right.
So much, ma. God bless you, ma.
You're welcome. Transfer it back to us.
Okay, ma.
Okay? But you must make sure that you are still within the time.
Booking already.
Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, bye. Since those children were not born in the UK, there is nothing to wait for. As long as they have now spent over 7 years in the United Kingdom, the appeal should proceed zealously. There is no need to come out of the appeal. I cannot see why somebody would be advising not to go through the appeal. So they have to appeal against the Secretary of State decision not to allow them to continue to remain in the UK under the 7 years rules. So they need to be arguing that it will be unreasonable to ask them to return back to Nigeria because they have now established life in the UK and they are now having friends and family and doing well in their education. And especially if they haven't got any other person to return to in Nigeria, why would somebody say that appeal is not the right way to do it? Appeal is the only way now for them, for that woman, to get what she wants in the UK. To go through another application, that's going to cost her hell of money. That's going to cost her hell of money. Inbox me, because I don't want to be taking junks. I don't want to be taking junks scenario in my email. So inbox me your request for my email. Then I will know that you are a real person, and then I will give you the email inbox. You know, I don't want to be giving anything too much in the public so that I don't start receiving junks. That's why I don't have WhatsApp on the phone number that I put to the public. I have deleted WhatsApp on it. I don't want any junks at all. It's a legal talk, and I want to deal with everybody in a normal way. I don't want to deal with anything junks or illicit or not normal. So, legal talk, I am a lawyer, and I want to deal with legal scenario without prejudice. Without prejudice. I want to deal with. I know, just inbox me. Inbox me and you get the email address. You know, inbox me your scenario, you will get the email address. My phone number is 0208 309 8808. 0208 309 8808. That's the phone number. So you can get me on, you know. The phone number is here. 0208 309 8808. You know, that's the phone number, and then that's the phone number. So that shouldn't be a problem. You understand? That is the phone number. 0208 309 8808, and then we can take it on from there. So like I have been explaining in the scenario, you need to take advice before you take a step. Tokunbo Olagbaye. Ẹ káàárọ̀. Okay.
Mo gbé application wọlé tẹ́lẹ̀. 7 years old, which is about 3 years ago. All refused to us. Pẹ̀lú second daughter tí mo gbé wọlé. Ìgbà àtọ́mọ àtọkọ la gbé wọlé. All refused to us. The lawyer was supposed to do, because we rule as if he had to look to court. I said to root on my into pretend if pilot will perform my. So that's why down me was the business month in February. Although all request from pilot, but pilot need to allow them to pay because students will do a new budget. Between almost at our school, number Pali and Yellow West by a more low guy to the people one family one. So I did a filing with the lawyer collector to say Pali Walodo at the 2 years. The partner will not be the Pali law, the Pali law. So the collector will not take by a sick or anything.
I wouldn't worry on that. The reason why I said I will not worry is because Omaya was born in the UK. Abi? At the register, normal registration in the UK, Abi? Omaya would have jáde láti gbà tẹ́ ti bí. I'm not worried. There is a bit of delay inside. But quote my word, you'll be all right. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
You will be okay. You will get a response in a positive way back. So don't worry.
Okay.
So don't panic. You are not under pressure at all when it comes to an issue like that. There's a bit of delay. I can assure you on that. So am I worried? Am I jaya? Ṣé yìí nìkan lẹ gbé wọlé àbẹ́yìn méjèèjì? Bàbá àti
ọmọ ẹ̀ ti èmi àti bàbá nìkan la gbé wọlé because I keep the other children owó yẹn.
So ẹ̀yin àti bàbá lẹ gbé wọlé lọ́ndà ọmọ yẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Mo wà interested to resort bá dé, please contact me back. Please. Ẹ má gbàgbé omi tó ní mi ò ní details yín lọ́wọ́, mi ò lẹ́ni tí yín lọ́wọ́, but please inbox me back on the outcome.
Okay.
Ẹ má gbàgbé o.
Má kọ lẹ́tà tí wọn ká má ṣe anything.
Tá má kọ lẹ́tà, má béèrè inquiry, you have to respond back. Àbí kí question go lẹ bí mi?
Because mo ń béèrè ni pé ṣé èèyàn ńlá ti kọ lẹ́tà tí wọn again ni àbí.
Irú ẹ má kọ lẹ́tà sí wọn now. Has it been more than 6 months now?
Yeah, okay, 6 months in February.
When they send the reminder, a gentle reminder, not an aggressive reminder. A gentle reminder will be sent to them and ask that it's now over 6 months. Can they now let them have an update on the file? Do you understand? A gentle reminder your lawyer will need to send to them, not an aggressive one, because they are human beings as well. But I'm interested in the result. Please. Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. That person says that my line is not going through. Of course, it's busy. When line is busy, it won't go through. So apology to that. But it's going to, if you want to call now, you can call. But somebody else has already taken the line again. You understand? So you have to continue to try. Continue trying. You know, you have to try to get to where you are going. You cannot just expect things to come up like that. You have to continue to try. Tokunbo Olagbaye. Good morning. Okay. Hold on a second here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hello, carry on.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry about that. Carry on. I've got clients that want to.
For me, 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so on that 5 years, I'm saying, and then 3 years. So after travel to Nigeria, came to pay. So I do.
Yes, of course. You were granted legitimately.
Yeah, but only under my appeal, so well. Under my appeal, most of people send to me the lottery, blah blah blah. But mobile loss is mobile one Timo Berbe, no, my sister, if they Lutimo Berbe, fellow, why do I have to go now?
Let me tell you one thing. You were not granted asylum. You were granted a derivative right. So you still have your freedom to travel, regardless of the crap you have put in your application. You but you were not under asylum, so you can travel. Okay. I can assure you that you can travel.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Interesting. Nǹkan tí ẹ̀kẹ́ máa parọ́ nìyẹn wàá máa jáyà nísìnyí ṣé tí Yorùbá ní sàn láàrin ajé ló mú yàn pẹ́kọ̀rọ̀ òwe nìyẹn kó dẹ̀ ṣe bí òwe ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá jẹ́ àgbàlagbà tẹ́ wà lórí line ẹ foríjì mi tó wé pa àwọn ajú yín. But the good thing is that tó bá sòótọ́ wàá lè rántí ò ní láti bẹ̀rù tó bá ti parọ́ jù irọ́ tí èèyàn bá ti parọ́ jù gbà mí ó máa ń kó báyàn. You understand? Tí èèyàn bá ti parọ́ jù tí èèyàn bá ti parọ́ jù ó máa ń kó báyàn. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very, very careful. You have to be careful to know what you tell them in advance, you know. If you're not careful to know what you say in advance, you might fall foul. You might fall foul. So the issue here is that when you are submitting an application, you have to make sure that you know what you have said. Tokunbo Olagbaye. Yes, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah.
Good morning to you.
I just need advice about my brother.
Okay.
He was he's sick, he's terminally ill. He was granted leave to remain for discretionary leave to remain for 3 years. He's completed the 3 years.
Sit down and enjoy yourself with me for some time. Mi gbọ́ dáadáa o, mi gbọ́ dáadáa.
He was granted 3 years discretionary leave to remain. So he has completed the third one now. So he's definitely to remain as the application has been submitted to the Home Office. So and it's not working on benefits. So I just want to ask, how about bringing his wife and the kid to UK to join him after he completed the application? So I don't know the process of doing that. Hold on. Yorùbá sọ pé ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan náà máa ń yọ ẹsẹ̀ lẹ́kù. Àbí mi get it? I like that. I like the way you smile. Yorùbá sọ pé ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan náà máa ń yọ ẹsẹ̀ lẹ́kù. Now, the reason why I bring on that proverb is because I want us to clear with the issue of ẹni tó fẹ́ gba settlement first in Britain.
Ah, ti clear pẹ̀lú ẹni yẹn. Why should we be talking of entafe àwọn tá fẹ́ gbé wọlé láti Èkó?
Okay.
Are you with me? Exactly. So let us get the scenario of the person that want to apply for indefinite leave to remain out of our way. Ṣé tó bá gba settlement ẹ̀ tán ló lè máa ronú àti ká ọmọ wọlé ó dẹ̀ depend lé nǹkan tó ti sọ láti ilẹ̀ wá nígbà tó fẹ́ apply fún ìwé ìgbèlú ní Britain. Fi sọ́wọ́ òsì yín ẹ má fi jẹun kẹ́ ẹ tó make attempt láti gbé àwọn ọmọ yẹn wọlé, come and take advice first. Gbogbo aṣọ kọ́lé yàn sá lóòrùn. I am sure there will be one or two things that máa fẹ́ disclose for me. And then we'll take it on from there. Ẹ má make attempt láti share anything fún outside now. Ẹ concentrate lórí ẹni tó fẹ́ gba settlement yẹn níbí báyìí ná. Tí yẹn bá kúrò ńbẹ̀, then ẹ wá fún consultation fún advice, and then we'll take it on from there.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Yeah, bye. Madam, what time is your appointment?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
I was here. I came here.
I'm
then.
still on the line. I'm still on the line. I'm still on the line. Don't worry.
Fresh application.
Okay. So I'm still on here, and the scenario that I mentioned earlier on, it's a common scenario. It's a very common one among the Nigerians living in the diaspora. Me o more nationality to one diaspora, me o more common problem. Hello, Mama. 18-year-old daughter came to join us in the UK when she was 17 years as a dependent of Tier 1 business entrepreneur visa. And now my husband has his indefinite leave to remain, and myself. That child is still part of you if she was your dependent at the time of the application. Providing that she was your dependent, that child can still go under your application, regardless of her age. As long as she came in to join you on your application, that child is still qualified as a dependent child. Forget about her age. Ó ti wọlé as your dependent. So the Secretary of State is very, very lenient in that area. Once a child has joined your application when they were underage, if they are now over 18, they will continue to have that privilege to come under your application until all the things have resolved. All this last two settlements. So that particular scenario, fantastic. Fantastic. There is no problem at all. You will need to make application for that child under your application. It's still a child. 18 years is still a child. But the fact that she was granted under your application, it means that he will have to continue to be your dependent. So that is fantastic. That's fine. That's no problem. So I'm replying back to the person that says, hello, ma, my 18-year-old daughter came to join us in the UK when she was 17 years as a dependent of Tier 1 business entrepreneur visa. And now my husband has this indefinite leave to remain, and myself as spouse of settled person. What can we do? Though we put application in since June last year, biometric done and we are still waiting. Please, ma, what should we do? That's not good. What can we do? You can't do anything. Keep fingers crossed and keep waiting. It will be better. Do you understand? Keep fingers crossed and keep on waiting. It will be better. Thank you. Well done, lawyer. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. You're sweet. Do you understand? So that is fine. Fantastic. That child is she's continued to be your dependent. She's a continuous dependent until the ILR is granted. So I won't worry. I am not going to be under panic in that scenario. Understand? So that is fine. Now, who do we have again? So if you want to call now, I'm still on. I want to give you the opportunity because I am not coming in the evening. I'll be so tired to come in the evening. So I want to quickly use my energy now with you in the morning before I go into applications. I go into real life scenarios with my clients. Once I am into real life scenarios, it will be too tiring to come in the evening. Believe me or not, I don't know how people do it, but it's not my stuff. I've tried it, but it's not my stuff because I talk, and when you talk too much, it makes your brain tired. So I don't know why I will come back in the evening, because I will have been so tired by then. So I thought I can do Friday evenings, but we will see as time goes on whether I will come back on Friday evenings. But let me continue to do early morning breakfast like this. So early morning breakfast, I will continue. I can come on anytime that I have information. Believe me, anytime I will come on. As long as you have notification, you can join me on straight away wherever you are in your office and listen or listen later on. Doesn't matter to me numbers of people that's on now. It matters to me numbers of people that can get the information in the end. And I if I have an expert there that always do the cropping and do the WhatsApp to my clients, can you contact me, inbox me, you the expert. The expert that sent the information last time onto the phone, I want to have a word with you. I think you were very good. The person who sent the information last time, you know, I think you are fantastic. I think you are fantastic. Facebook user, who blocked you? Why are you Facebook user? Why can't I see your name? Why can't I see your name? Facebook user, somebody must have blocked you. That's why it's coming up as a Facebook user, and you are able to comment on the page. That's not nice. Great platform, lawyer. We appreciate you and your precious time. God bless you. I need to know why you come up as a Facebook user. Can we have a talk about that? What happens to your Facebook, this person? Why can't your name come up in any format? I just love you. I just love you as well, Niola Kande. I just love you naturally. So it works both ways for both of us. There is no any harm in that. You love me, I love you. Naturally, I love your work as well. It's just that but I love your work, so you will still work on my body when I have time, but don't tarnish my body. You understand? But I love your work as well, Eniola Kandi. I love your work. I love what you are doing. I love people. I love women that have jobs. I love women that concentrate on their work. I love women who are focused. So I love you. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I love you regardless of anything. I don't care what people say. I think I love your work. I love women that have jobs, because the traditional belief is that it's the men that needs to work. It's the men that people want to concentrate on. But in this 21st century, fantastic. People are now doing better. So I love you as well. Well done to everybody that is on there. You're all fantastic. 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 Thank you very much for all your support. If I don't have, no, I think I have before I leave. Tokunbo Olagbaye. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Can I speak to lawyer?
Speaking. Carry on now. Somebody makes me laugh here. Omodudu Tondan. Thank you. Oh yeah, carry on now.
My name is Pete. Can I speak to lawyer, please?
I'm here.
No. You're not here.
I can hear you.
I'm watching the person that I'm speaking to, please.
Èmi náà mò ń sọ̀rọ̀.
Hello, ma'am.
Èmi náà mò ń sọ̀rọ̀.
Hello, ma'am. Ẹ káàárọ̀, ma'am.
Ẹ káàárọ̀, ṣàlàáfíà ni.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can look at Facebook communication. Can you lower it a bit?
Okay, ma'am. 2008, I came to UK with dependence on my husband. Hello,
Mungbo.
I came to UK with dependence on my husband in 2008.
Okay.
So 2013, our visa expired, and me and my husband we divorced. 2013, I applied. My God.
I can hear you.
Okay, ma. So 2013, visa expired. If you have to come into divorce, I'll work back for me.
Okay.
So I applied for human rights. So one divorce me and one refused me. But in 2013, again, 2014, we applied for me, who could be having 6 months or 7 months for 7 years. We applied for 7 years visa. So, but they also many are paid, but they cost, also if they applied before 7 years. They mean the right to apply before 7 years. One thing, but to I'm going to pay 7 years, again, not to pay 7 years. It's more good wallet and it's more difficult to pay 7 years. So, what I apply again, or I think don't go for that by.
Listen, one thing I want people to take away from your scenario now is that the more dirty applications you put in, the longer it's going to take to get positive results. Because what in the details in law already, tell Bashora. So before I can even advise you on the likely outcome of that case, I want to see you on consultation. Bring the scenario. I didn't say you should leave your lawyer, but bring that scenario. Let me reassure you what is likely to happen. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the issue here is that your application is still pending with the Home Office, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. With 7 years, that's the one I applied. Okay, ma'am.
So it's up to you when you have time. Yeah, I didn't say take off your clean, leave it where it is here, but come for advice.
Okay, ma'am.
That's just it. Yeah, come for advice when you have time.
Thank you.
All right, yeah. Take care. Bye. Bye. I will soon finish. Don't worry. But you should be enjoying this as well. It's a bit complex. You see, people look at immigration laws and they think it's easy. It is not. It's not at all, because it's an administrative law. So he does not have a master. It changes overnight. I was reading some books last night on the Act 2016 Act. Immigration laws is difficult, easy. It said to give advice in that area, you have to be at breast of it, on top of it, on the highest. Arishekola. Why do you write it like that? Arishekola. God bless you. Tokunbo Olagbaye. Hello. There's no time to hang in and out. So you've got to really be ready. That's about me, sorrow, because time is very crucial to me. I have clients waiting, but I just want to do this and get it out of my way on Friday so that I don't leave my lawyer firms waiting, because there are some people that have been coming with me. Long. So I must always have due respect for them. I have seen him now. I have seen him that he came up now. You understand? I have seen your name now. Some of you like that. So I will always want to have respect for you in many ramifications. You can do offline anyhow. Even though you are British, you have British passports, but I know what you are doing. Understand? I know what you are doing. I love you as well. Thank you. You know, like they can find. You fine girls, not me. If I'm beautiful, thank you. You are pretty as well. Tokunbo Olagbaye. Ẹ káàárọ̀.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ ma.
Ẹ káàárọ̀, ṣé wà pa?
Àmọ́ wa okay.
Okay.
Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ó ní ìkọ̀kọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ béèrè àwọn nǹkan bíi ìbéèrè méjì mẹ́ta kan. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, mo kà ní online láìpẹ́ yìí ní 2 days ago. Nígbà àwọn tó bá ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ta mo gba 2.5 ní 2.5 and a half ní true ọmọ mi. So mo wá kà pé from May 1st pé tàbá ṣe the English exam grade 3 yẹn wípé wọ́n máa sọ di 5 years.
Marogo. They gave you 2.5 years. Under your child.
Under my child, yes.
It was open from when?
I fingered in earlier when I dropped the bag.
Hello, ma.
I've already fingered in.
Yeah,
Thank you, Prince. Thank you.
So, Moa card life pay.
Good morning.
Let me 2.5 years. Going from May 1st, you go to about English test here. You go on my change to 5 years. Very more how true is this man.
Emi Orio. Emi den kàwé lójoojúmọ́ because I wine and dine inside this thing. Ẹ má ṣe mistake o. Àwọn ò kì í fúnyàn ní nǹkan kan tún wá sọ pé charity things like that will never resolve into cheapest way anymore.
Yes.
So don't let anybody deceive you. You see, Nigeria is one of the most educated nation in the world, but our man fall for cheap information. Do you understand? Do not let anybody deceive you in that scenario. Could possible. That's just the conclusion.
Another thing.
Okay.
The way we might expire in June. Put them away more than between 28 days. But because mo ní lọ́wọ́ tí mo lè fi rìn nítorí ọmọ yẹn ni pé contact order ni mo ní pẹ̀lú bó ṣe máa ń gbé ọmọ yẹn jáde tí máa ń sanwó fún màmá ọmọ yẹn and direct debit. Mo ti sọ direct debit yẹn fún over 6 months pàtó kò fẹ́ kí n renew. But èmi ní gbogbo mo máa ń sanwó yẹn wọlé before 6 months ago àti gbogbo bí ti máa ń gbé ọmọ yẹn lọ. But ṣé wọ́n ní wò pé owó tí máa ń fọ́ ọmọ yẹn ṣé kò wà enough? But mo ní contact order náà but mo ò ní pálí ọmọ yẹn lọ́wọ́.
Yorùbá ní agbẹ́jọ́ èèyàn kan dá àgbà òṣìkà ni. Nǹkan kan máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tó mú ẹni yẹn stop kinní yẹn tí ò fẹ́ kẹ́ lè fowó sínú ẹ̀ mọ́.
Torí pé àti ngóta mọ́.
Ẹ̀wọ̀n náà ni mo sọ nǹkan kan ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ mi ìfẹ́ gbọ́ scenario tọkọ-tìyàwó mi ò mi ṣe ti yé yín bẹ̀ yẹn mi ìfẹ́ get involved ṣùgbọ́n mi ò lè make the comment lórí area yẹn. But you need to really show that you are still in contact with that child. Ṣé kò kọ lẹ́tà níjọ́sìn gbà tán wọ́n kọ́ fún yín?
Ó kọ lẹ́tà ní
ìgbà tèmi yé mi o tèmi yé mi ẹ tètè lọ́wọ́ abẹ́ ṣe máa wá ojú ẹ̀ mọ́ra.
But mo ní contact order lọ́wọ́ láti court gbàgbé jẹ́ kí n rọ́mọ yẹn mọ́.
Ṣé o nìkan lè fẹ́ lò?
Ó nìkan tí mo ní.
Tí application yìí bá bọ́ sọ́wọ́ obìnrin tó ti go through experience yẹn rí ó máa block yín ní home office ẹ lọ kọrúkọ mi sílẹ̀ tí. So you got to be careful. I know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Mo láwọn tí wọ́n láti bẹ̀yẹn now. I'm coming to Manchester for a talk. But
when was that?
Irọ́ ẹ má gbé the time ẹ̀ tó dàgbà wọ́n ti change the date torí all problem wọ́n ti change the venue wọ́n ti change the date yẹn sí June.
Ẹ máa update wa lórí Facebook tàbá fẹ́ wá.
Of course, of course, I have loads of you in that area, so I will let you know. But application ti yín gbọ́dọ̀ wọlé before June.
Ó gbọ́dọ̀ wọlé before June.
Ṣebí June ọdún yìí ló máa expire.
June ọdún.
No,
ending of June, the 30th June.
No, ending of May. Kí wé yẹn wọlé.
Ending of May.
Yeah, so anything tẹ́ bá need ní ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ tètè máa work on it now.
On increment máa wà ṣe.
Definitely owó máa lọ sókè. Mo ti ń check látàárọ̀ mo ti ń wá sílẹ̀ owó máa lọ sókè definitely.
Máa pe ọ́fíìsì ní tẹ́bá ṣe program láti book appointment.
No problem.
Bọ́ mi ò rò pé ọmọ ilé rí bàtàdé ìwọ̀n lọ́jọ́ kìíní àná wọn ṣe pálí ọmọ yẹn wọ́n kàn fún mi mo kàn nílò because pálí ọmọ yẹn ò ní time láti ṣe ń gbà yẹn pálí ẹ̀ wọ́n kàn sọ pé kọ́kàn ọ̀rọ̀ akọ̀ ó kàn kọ́ lẹ́tà pé pálí òun sọnù kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ à lè ṣe pálí ọmọ ọ̀dẹ̀ fún mi bẹ́ẹ̀.
òun dẹ̀ ní settlement àbí? ó ní settlement. Because wọ́n automatically wọ́n assume pé ọmọ yẹn níwèé because ìyá ẹ̀ níwèé so wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé ọmọ yẹn máa níwèé wọ́n ti mọ̀ pé entitlement nìyẹn ṣó ti yé yín but I think you will need her help. I have to be honest to you.
But what about eventually mo rí because kò tí ì ṣe pàdé ọmọ ẹ̀ mú.
Ìyẹn ò matter but you still need her signature.
Okay.
Òfófó tí mo máa ṣe lásán fún yín nìyẹn. I think you need her signature ló ṣe fi yín ṣakọ but kílẹ̀ yìí náà ṣe so you need to go and resolve that area. God bless you.
Family,
Hello, sort it out. Emma share and give. Hello, sort it. Okay. All right. Later. Bye. Bye. I'll be finishing very shortly now. So, Arena, for you to call quickly now before I come to, bring it to the end for today's chat. Tomorrow, I'm going to be live on my radio line at 2 o'clock. So you can all come back to meet me. I will connect it with Facebook. But I'm can see long time. Radio. But that is the old traditional way of doing my Ishela Tilewa. So we meet there, my auntie. Okay, thank you. So we'll meet there 2 o'clock tomorrow. You can meet me up, so that's not a problem. Meet me up tomorrow. Tokumbo Olagbaye. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Káàárọ̀. Yeah, báwo.
Yeah.
You're welcome. It is well with you. It's okay.
Yeah. Question I would like nearly a year and a half.
Thank you.
As me on my account, that is like we should pay a month. What does the design as we apply to appreciate Yahoo? So
It's okay, dear. It might be no. Speak up a bit.
Yeah. One is that we know. Nítorí afẹ́fẹ́ láti ṣe ìgbéyàwó ní àti ẹ̀ lóbi àyìnbó mi ó bẹ̀ ní ti UK resident permit tó jẹ́ ti blue card ní ó ti ní about PLIP about ó ṣe máa pé year ó ṣe máa pé 5 years ní year yìí ni tó ti ní blue card residency economic area passport document ẹ̀ tó jẹ́ ti blue card ní so nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé lọ́ọ̀yà wa ní Qatar láti nísìnyí tó yẹ pé a ti ní ọmọ pé Qatar láti ṣe ìgbéyàwó so mo wá fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pé lórí ẹ̀mọ́ nǹkan tí mi ò sì ṣe rí visa mi ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ expire recently láti mo ti overstay sí lórí so mo wá fẹ́ ẹ̀mọ́ ẹ̀rù bá mi mo kéré ìdílé pé bóyá tó yẹ pé ó máa pọ̀ ní ọ̀ tó bá yẹ kéré ìdílé pé another way to help actually people professional advice more.
Now let me ask you one question.
Okay.
Thank you. The question I want to ask you is that the woman you're talking about, where will you allow where?
There's a resident permit. Passport
passport will ever away.
Romanian passport.
Okay, Romanian passport. But we are coming out next week.
Yes.
We are coming out next week. Okay. So, in any ramification, if you want to put in an application, that should have gone in by now.
As the full application and the partnership, so we think that go to the video go to what you are or more. Lawyer then we are going about appointment. The fellowship we are simple concept or my apple. The kind of so you are and then continue because we have an application in stop work planting map open like to solve it like very or more than okay we have an immigration problem so for the moment they are not way then we program so we are getting more information to guide me.
I think you should have time and come for consultation. To be honest, I'm losing track with some of the explanations you're putting out there. But I will advise you. You know, good morning, dear. Good morning. I would advise you to find time to come and see me on consultation, but you don't have time anymore. Application needs to go in as soon as possible. But I want to have scenarios of your missus first. I want to know what she's doing. I want to know whether she has residence permit in the UK. I want to make sure that she doesn't have any other nationality apart from the European passport. I want to get some information from your end. So maybe you don't have to go through the registration, through the marriage registry and go in under 2 years of living together first. And then the marriage can follow afterwards. Okay?
Okay. So she has her own European passport, which is Romanian passport, and she has the resident permit, which she has like about 5 years ago.
I think you should find time to see me because I haven't got the clue of everything in details, but I don't want to misconstrue information that you are sending in now. But I would advise that find time and see if you can see me in the office. Thank you. Yeah, bye. I've got only 10 minutes now to go. I've got only 10 minutes. I've got only 10 minutes to leave now. You know, I have only 10 minutes. When we leave EU, what is the bad thing about it? There's so much argument between the House of Commons and House of Lords on the issue of Brexit. But regardless of every other odds in the argument as to the Brexit tier, we are leaving by the 29th of this month. The Prime Minister will make an announcement and make submission to the President, because the President is saying that they need 4 weeks to look at it in Europe before the Parliament in Europe will now sit in May. So the whole of April is the time they want to have a look at our application. So we need to put it in by the 29th, according to Parliament. And once we submitted, there is no turning back. So if you're in England, the situation of the European citizen living in the UK that hasn't got residence permit is unclear. House of Lords is fighting for your interest. House of Commons is saying the other things. But the Prime Minister is saying that she's not changing what she's going to do. Until Bani residents could not, and until the jokes been on the problem, visa only. I don't know how it's going to be. But which means that the British citizen, we are going to be taking visa to go to some of the European countries as time goes on as well. Europe. Middle East, Middle East, America, Nigeria, Europe, UK. Don't even wait for me to come and get visa to come to Europe. I'm not coming. So when we Brexit, we Brexit. I travel to Qatar, to travel to Dubai, I travel to America, travel to Nigeria. I'm going to be businesses in here, shares in here. You can't find Europe. Can you what else Spain tears in the UK? What am I going to take in Spain that is not in the United Kingdom? What am I going to take in France or in Germany or Belgium that is not in the UK? There is nothing there for me to take. So God bless United Kingdom for me. So what about my auntie with indefinite stay, ma? Your auntie is fine. Your auntie has indefinite stay. She's fine. There's no problem with those who have settlement status. Listen, we're not talking about those coming from outside European Union. We are dealing with the EU because we want to disintegrate in terms of free float of things. We want to come out and stay as an island. I didn't vote to leave, but I have to respect democracy. So that's the problem. You know, somebody say I should attend to Oju Konrima. Please, ma, attend to Oju Konrima. I don't understand that Yoruba. Please attend to every citizen. We have good relationship with you guys, so I don't think in any ramification you'll be affected. I don't think so. She's watching. Okay, who is that? Ah, okay. She's watching. Thank you. Okay, who is that? Tell me who the person is. Who is the person watching? Who is the person watching? So in a nutshell, I want to bring it to an end for today's scenario. It seems someone is here again. Tokunbo Olagbaye, hi. Hello? Yeah. She's watching you. those that have EA 5 years residence card, what you need to be aware of and to make sure that you're doing is to make sure that your EA national has a residence permit in the UK. That's one. Make sure that your EA national person does not have a dual citizenship. By having British passport and having that European passport, it's going to affect your renewal. Attend to Oju kissing. I don't know. I am from EU. I live in UK. Do I have problem? You don't have any problem if you are from EU, but why don't you apply for your residence permit, your blue card, so that you will not be treated as if you are just coming in for the first time. If you're working and exercising your treaty rights in the UK, exercise of treaty rights in the UK means you are working. Do you understand? So you don't have problem. But I think it will be much preferable for you to just fill in the form quickly now and submit for your residence permit, blue card. Get the blue card if you really want to stay with us here. If you have divorced, you need to show retain right of residence. And the situation is going to be very difficult. If you have divorced that person, by the time we go in, you know, for what we are going to, by the time we are Brexit, it's going to be very difficult. So if you have divorced the EU person, but you have 3 years, you have to show that the EU person is still in the UK. So you need to have some evidence. Try to read her test, Ojo Cousin. Okay. Ojo Cousin, please, my husband treats me like a nobody because he brought me to the UK. I thought of seeking asylum, but I'm afraid. What should I do? What do you have now? If your husband brought you to the United Kingdom, okay, thank you. This is the person you want me to read. Okay, if your husband brought you to UK and you came in as a spouse of a person and you've been treated under domestic violence badly, you need to have evidence so that you can put in an application to the Secretary of State for your indefinite leave to remain. If you are not here as a spouse of a person present in the UK, you will not be able to fight that area in your own right. So if your husband brought you to UK and is treating you as if you are nobody, you need some evidence. If you still have visa, do not apply for asylum. You are going to be applying for indefinite leave to remain under domestic violence, but you must be able to show some evidence. So you need police report to show that they have attended your premises in situation like that, or you have contacted the Women Refugee Center that have given you advice or shelter, or you have sent your GP on some of the bruises you may have encountered during that period. You understand? So if you don't have those evidence, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to pursue your claim in that area. So if you need my advice, please book for consultation. My office number is on 0208 309 8808 0208 309 8808. I have 4 minutes to go now. 4 minutes. Yeah, I can help you to apply for the blue card, but you have to come in quickly now because there is no time at all. No time at all. Or I give you the guidance and you go and download the form straight away. So come to the office, book appointment, come for guidance and go and download the form. I'll tell you which form to download, and then you can just go and do the submission yourself because there's no time anymore and I don't want to put myself under pressure. Money is not everything. You need your good life. You need your freedom. You need your happiness. And I don't like to work under pressure. So come and see me. Come and take consultation. Let me guide you with the documents you need to go and do yourself and submit because time is of essence. So if you are not done that, come and take advice. But I'm not giving myself under pressure to come and to start taking application on the rush hour. No, I don't want to do that. I need money, but money is not everything. You understand? Ọlọ́run ló ń la ẹ̀dá láyé. Gbogbo ipò tí ẹ̀dá bá wà láyé tí Ọlọ́run bá ti ṣe àmì sí fún kò ní problem. Tó bá ti pé ó jẹun á jẹ lájẹmọ́nú, tó bá mu á mu lámùmọ́nú. Nǹkan tẹ́mi gbàdúrà fún láyé nìyẹn. Gbogbo ìgbà tẹ́mi máa lò lórí òkè èpẹ̀ nílé ayé mi kí n má fi pọ̀njú ṣayé, kí n má fi wàhálà ṣayé, kí n má ní wàhálà lórí owó lórí ìdààmú. Tó bá jẹ́ kọ́bọ̀ ni mo need kí n rí ná, tó bá jẹ́ sísì mo need kí n rí ná lásìkò. Ohun tó ń jẹ́ nìyẹn. Nǹkan tó ń pè ní pé Ọlọ́run ṣe àmì sí ọ̀rọ̀ èèyàn nìyẹn. Òkèlè gbígbẹ pẹ̀lú sùúrù ó sàn ju wàrà tó kún sínú ilé pẹ̀lú wàhálà lọ. You need peace, you need love, you need people around you. So it's £50, not 50p. Thank you. The consultation is only £50. You are fantastic, all of you. I want to bless you as you are here. I want to thank you. I want to appreciate you. You are all wonderful. May God continue to bless you. Bless the work of your hand. Joseph said in the Bible that anything he touches flourish. Anything you touch will flourish. Anything you do will prosper. As you are doing this thing to help others that haven't got status, you are encouraging them to come online. You are encouraging them to listen to my wealth. Under this emblem, I pray for you. You will not lack. Ọmọ kìnìún ló máa ń ṣe aláìní. Àwọn tó gbẹ́kẹ̀lé Olúwa kì yóò ṣe aláìní ohun tó dára. Ẹ ní ṣe aláìní. Gbogbo ibi tẹ́ bá ń kọjú sí, ẹ máa bá ìrànlọ́wọ́ pàdé, ẹ máa bá àánú pàdé. Ẹ ní ṣe aláìní ohun tó dára. Ọ̀run súre fún yín, ọ̀run gbà fún yín. Gbogbo nǹkan tí elégbèdè yín bá fọwọ́ kàn, dídú ló máa dún fún yín. Ẹ ní rógun alákòóbá o, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ ká kíyèsí ẹnu wa. Àní ṣìsọ, àní ṣìṣe, àní tẹ ojú ilẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. Mo kí gbogbo yín o, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Thank you very much. I have to go now. But you are all fantastic. I bless you all. It is well with you. Thank God it's Friday. Enjoy your Friday. But I have to return to work now. I have to start my today's work. I've got clients watching straight away now in the office. But I thank you all. Thank you for your support. You're all wonderful. Bless you. Bless you. Thank you.